Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Smith, it's Friday, Paraskevia, and today we're looking at the second part of our videos on drinking in Georgian. The verb to drink, sma, and the verb to drink, daleva², will be used in different ways today to illustrate how we might use this when talking to you, shen. Now naturally when we talk about what we drink, we don't have to ask that many questions. But when we're talking about what you drink, it's always important to check. And so this tutorial is going to be looking at the inquisitive side of interrogations for shen, you. So if you're ready, let's go. Slide 1, shen svam. This is what you do. This is your attitude to drinking. Perhaps also your attitude to social drinking and if you're taking medication at the moment. This explains the present. Dalie doesn't. It talks about only the past. There is no present tense of daleva². So, shen svam, pretty complex, covers a lot and covers two tenses in English. It's very similar to slide 31 when I talked about me vsvam tkals qoveldre. I drink water every day. So do you. I suppose sometimes when we talk about drinking and I'm talking to you, it does ask the question sort of why am I talking about your drinking anyway? But I suppose in this case and the way that this presentation will go is that we're friends, I know you, and I just want to plan my social life with you and just observe your drinking because drinking is healthy and also drinking can be fun. So it's all about that and whether you're taking medication or not. It's all about sort of how healthy our relationship and how informed I want to be. Shen svam di adre Coca-Colas, magram achla agar. You used to drink Coca-Cola, but now no longer drinking Coca-Cola. You're done. So what it is that I've observed changes in your behavior, or that I recognize the changes in your behavior. And the first one, of course, svam, is that I recognize what your behavior currently is. That's the top two. Sma is the verb you need for that. Now, in the past and the future, you can blend a bit both verbs, but why have two? Now the important thing is that the one in blue, dalie, is what you're going to need. Dalie is the perfect substitution of the past form of the present form svam. It's a different verb with the same meanings carried into it. You're just going to have to get your head around that. Although there is a past tense from sma, which is shesvi. Shesvi, as I wrote here, can often be translated as sipping. Shesvi can also be something about generation, about social attitudes to drinking. It's pretty much what was said at that time. You're not drinking heavily. You're sipping, partaking. You're getting into it, but your main objective wasn't to sit there and get drunk, for example. So in modern Georgian, shesvi does exist, must exist, but for us, it's just not going to pop up. But it is here, of course, because you must be wondering as much as me. If there is a past tense, what is the difference then? And that is the difference. Same thing in the future. Dalev, you're going to need it all the time. Dalev expresses drinking, boozing, and taking medication, for example. But she svam, which is the future variant using sma, has the same feeling. You're going to partake in something, you're going to take it, but you're not going to commit to it. So as we can see here that this is your general attitude and approach to drinking before and now. And this, of course, are what happened and what will happen. You're committed to it here. Whereas perhaps in the past form of shesvi and the future form of shesvam, it's not so much of a commitment. And like I said from the beginning, it just isn't as frequent as the other two in blue. Slide 2, let's practice what we've learned. Speaking in the present, the situation is this. I've got a friend, it's you love drinking beer, but I see you drinking a massive glass of water and I'm thinking you must be on antibiotics or something, because this is just weird. So I ask you, and you explain, yes, I can't drink at the moment. 2 days later, I see you, the conversation extends, and you have a massive beer, and I think, can you drink on your medication? And you say, of course I can. Well, actually, I'm not on the medication anymore, so that's why I'm drinking. It explains a little bit of what I'm seeing. Your habits are changing. In this case, I'm going to be using svam, because it's about the action that I see right now and your habits that I know of them. So let's take a look. Shen ar sfam radgan antibiotikebs igheb chom. You aren't drinking because you're on antibiotics, right? And you say, diach v'svam magram achla arshemidzlia. Maybe this very formal diach could be ho, like sort of informally, like, yeah, I know, it sucks, don't ask again. V'svam magram achla arshemidzlia. I can't. Okay, so I've understood that. If I wanted to use svam for both, I could, but I'm not. Okay, that's the point. I could, but I'm not. 2 days later, I see you, massive beer, big smile. Ooh, this is strange, isn't it? You're drinking again. Like, don't you care? Are you off your pills? Don't your pills matter? What's happened? Shenshikizlia sma tu lebs igheb. Shenshikizlia daleva tu lebs svam. In the second occasion, I changed sma to daleva because this is the baseline of the verb. I'm not talking about in the present. I'm talking about the act of drinking. So here, can you drink alcohol if you're on medication is my question. But I substituted here sma for daleva. And this made it easier for me to use svam in the present instead of igheb. So we're just sort of dragging and dropping the one which is more suitable. I suppose whatever verb you started with, if it's daleva, then you're probably going to say svam. If you started with sma, then you're going to go on with igheb. Shen shegitzlia sma tu tzamels igheb. Shen shegitzlia daleva tu tzamleb svam. And so on. A particularly more direct question is quite simply daleva shegitzlia tu tzamlebs igheb. That's more accusative. Perhaps your friend is a doctor. Perhaps it's a bit more like, you know that's wrong kind of thing. And the person has a very confident answer. Ratkmaunda shemitzlia tzamlebze agar var. Tzamlebze arvar. I'm not on my medication anymore. I'm not on those meds. Slide 3, now we're looking at some more questions. I'm learning more about you by asking questions. Now, of course, the way you formulate the question can suggest what you expect from the answer or you expect nothing. So, in the same order as we did before, Shen lutz qovedre svam. Do you drink every day? And you can say, ki ara vsvam ar svam. It really doesn't matter. The next question is slightly different. Here, ar svam is in the question with a tag on it. Let's see if you can notice the difference. Lut chovidre ar svam chom. You don't drink beer every day, do you? Lut chovidre ar svam ara. You don't drink beer every day, do you? They're basically the same. The hope is you say ara. Chovedre lutz ar vsvam. First question, open. Second two, closed. I'm expecting an answer with the other two. And of course, I just wanted to reveal a little bit more of this ar chom, ar ara structure in a repetitive question. Here, I guess I don't really need to know. I already know the answer. Gushin ara svam di chom. That's kind of sarcastic. You stink. Araqi is vodka. You were drinking vodka yesterday, weren't you? You stink. That's kind of it. It's kind of a rhetorical question. I'm really not expecting an answer. The next one, of course, we looked at what you used to do. Svamdi. Sort of. Adre svamdi. You used to do that. Agar svam. You used to, but you don't do any longer. But I'd like to have a comment. I can see you with a glass of wine and I just think, Vinos aras dros svamdi ara. You never used to drink wine. Did you? Do you drink wine? Now do you? So we can see here that the question, of course, relates to my understanding of who you were and not what I see now. So as we start to develop our friendship, I need to be able to ask questions on your habits. And so these are some classic structures that you could use. This one is a little bit more accusative and kind of letting you know that I know. Tzuchel chemi na bechlavi dalie. Tzuchel gushin gamit late last night, maybe I was asleep. Chemi na bechlavi dalie. You drank my na bechlavi last night. Didn't you? Ara, am I crazy? That kind of thing. I could obviously say Tzuchel chemi na bechlavi ardalie chom. And you can see here, I'm expecting you to say Ara, hopefully. Really hope you didn't drink it, but I kind of know you did. So again, maybe that's more involved in our relationship. If you are near me with my fridge, then we must have some kind of relationship. The other one, of course, is that there's wine on the table, and there's red and there's white. I've decided Shen tzitachwinos daleva² tetrs. You drink the red wine, I'll drink the white. Shen tzitachwinos daleva² tetrs. You will drink the red wine, I'll drink the white wine though. That is the last slide of today, so thank you very much. Next week we're going to be continuing our exploration of this verb and its various forms, but this time from another perspective, the plural form and whether he, she or it drinks and so on. Hope you enjoy your weekend and I'll see you then. Goodbye.